Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome to Vivian Light Codes. It's been a couple weeks since I've been here, but I really wanted to come on and make this video because I was in communication with my spirit guide this morning, and he asked me to share a piece of content, which is really to share a piece of advice that he gave to me. And this video is really for those people who feel kind of lost or confused, specifically for those people who know what they want to do, but they're too afraid to take that first step. And so before I give you that advice, I just kind of want to give you a backstory of how this came about. And it was about 2 months ago where my family member had found my social media and started sharing my videos in group chats with other family members. And it wasn't really like in a positive way. It was more of like judging and kind of making fun of what I was doing. And I was sharing light language activations as well as Kundalini activations. And I never thought that it could affect me so much. It affected me so much to the point where I stopped showing up on social media and I stopped sharing what I loved to do. And I thought it was funny that I found myself in that position because I would see people on YouTube or on social media receiving hate comments all the time. But in my mind, I always thought, that they were just people's opinions and that no matter what, they would never affect me if I did receive like any kind of hate or any sort of mean comments, right? But to my surprise, it really did affect me. I assume that everyone can resonate with it. We're receiving like the hate or the mean comments. It can really affect us. And we can take it personally because it's directed at us, right? And I'm sure in the future, it won't be affecting me as much as it did before. But yeah, so I stopped showing up. It was like about 2 months ago. And in that time, I just moved to a new place as well. And also, my work and career is also changing. So, I'm kind of like in the space of navigating and processing a lot of things. But I do know that I was really unhappy that I wasn't showing up and that I wasn't sharing my gifts and abilities because I was too scared of people finding out what I was doing or judging me and leaving mean comments. And because most of my family are successful entrepreneurs, I feel like they would think that it's really weird for me to be so much into spirituality and working with energy. So when they do judge me, I feel kind of small and powerless and almost like a victim, like a sense of unworthiness. And talking about unworthiness, that event actually affected my ability to communicate with my spirit guides afterwards because I felt so unworthy that I didn't think I was even worthy to connect with my spirit guides after that. But since I moved to this new place a couple days ago, I decided that I was going to do a morning routine to shift my frequency and my energy. And so in the morning when I wake up, I would listen to positive affirmations. Then I would do chanting or sing light language. And then I would set aside time to communicate with my guides. But I couldn't communicate with my guides until today because I decided that I was tired of not being able to communicate with my guides. I didn't like having a barrier or a block between us. And so I was really intentional about connecting with them today. And so one of my guide showed up. The aspect of my life that I really wanted advice with is showing up on social media again and just sharing and really making something out of this and creating impact. And so my guide was saying, take the first step and show up online again. And I was like, okay, like that makes sense. Like I just need to show up. I asked him, what should I share? Because I didn't think that I was going to show up today. I didn't think that I was going to make any content. I didn't brainstorm. I wasn't thinking about any topics to talk about. And so I asked my guide, and he said, share a piece of advice with the people. And I wanted to share this advice that he gave me, which is take the first step and show up. The reason he said that as well is one, it's going to help me overcome my fear of what happens before with family, of being afraid of people judging me, letting people stop me from doing what I wanted to do, and heal that wound of unworthiness, that wound of needing to play small, that wound of feeling inferior to other people just because I like different things than other people. And the second reason is because I'll give you another story about why he gave me this advice, is because after he gave me that advice, I said, okay, can you tell me more about the next steps? I want more details. I want the bigger picture. And guys, he literally said nothing to me. He didn't even answer my question. He just went back to start with the first step. And I asked several more times and I kept getting the same answer. And I realized it's because I've asked this question before. I've gotten the answers before. But the problem was that whenever I got the full picture or I got more details, I would have analysis paralysis. I would feel super overwhelmed, not really knowing where to start because I felt like I had to complete everything in that very moment. And I just felt blocked. And because of that, I never moved forward with it and I just didn't follow through. He knew that about me. And if he gave me a lot of information, it would be the same way. And so that was the second reason is I don't need to know the full plan. I don't need to know every step. What I need to do is just take the first step and build momentum because there's no point in knowing the full plan if I can't even make the first step, right? So this goes for everyone, right? If we don't take the first step, we're not going to achieve what we want. It's not going to come to fruition if we don't start. What I also realized about myself is that I've never really committed to anything in my life, and I've never really finished anything in my life either because I have this fear of failure. And so, to prevent myself from really experiencing the outcome of failure, I'll stop myself before that happens and just basically fail anyways by not completing my goals or committing to my goals. And so a lot of the actions that we take, it's really healing to the aspects of us that have limiting beliefs because we're showing ourselves that it's okay. When we take that first step, we're going to show our nervous system the aspects of ourselves that are fearful and our limiting beliefs that it's okay, that we're safe. And over time, that's going to help expand our comfort zone. Every time we meet the edge of our comfort zone and feel empowered knowing that we can do what it takes to complete our goals and to achieve our dreams. The other day, I was walking my dog with my partner. We were walking both of our dogs, and we came across this little stream. And along the stream, there were banks of sand. And I remember my dogs just being so happy and they were just running through the waters and rolling in the sand and just literally having the time of their life. And I was so happy just watching them. And my partner asked, "Do you know why people love dogs so much?" And I was like, "Why?" And he said, "Because they're real and they're authentic and they live their life much more freely than people do. So when they're wild, when they're raw, they're untamed, and they're just being free, it opens up our hearts. It makes us feel inspired." And I thought to myself, I could be that way. I could be free. I could be more authentic. I could care less about what other people are saying about me or how they judge me and just live my life with more freedom. Because we could be watching someone from the sidelines, looking at them, admiring their bravery and their courage and the impact that they're making in the world, or we could be the ones doing that ourselves as well. And I told myself that I was tired of being on the sidelines and watching people make a difference, watching people overcome their fears and being the person that creates impact, that makes a difference, that can shift the collective, that can assist humanity, that can help people live a better life. And that's truly what inspires me. And that's truly what I want to do as well. So if I'm constantly watching from the sidelines and not taking action on my dreams, on the inspirations that are flowing through me, then I will always be living in a state of limitation because even though I have a dream, I have a goal, I choose not to follow through with it because I'm too scared. And I have to live with that conscious thought and knowing for the rest of my life. So we could choose to live and face our limitations or face our fears and overcome them, showing ourselves that it's possible, showing ourselves that we are capable. We could become that higher version of ourselves who's more brave, who's more free, who takes calculated risks, who are willing to do the things that most people aren't willing to do, which is be real, be authentic, and go after what they truly want. And what's the flip side of that if you really don't follow what you feel inspired to do, right? So, for example, in my situation, I thought to myself, what if I don't want to share this piece of advice? What if I don't show up on social media? And I had this wave of emotion and information that just overcame me. The information was that if I don't show up and be real, if I don't show up and and open up my heart and share the information that I want to share, then the opportunity to help somebody else open up their heart, express their true authenticity may not be there. Just like if we show up to be our real authentic self and we open our hearts and we truly express from a place of truth, our truth, it could really help somebody, another person, to do the same thing, right? What if you have the opportunity to open up somebody's heart, but you choose not to? And so their heart doesn't open. And here's the thing, it's not an egotistical thing. It's real, right? Like when we listen to somebody who's being real and who's really inspiring us and somebody that we look up to that makes a big difference, and we feel that in our heart, it opens us up, right? But what if that person never showed up? Then maybe we would have never gotten that frequency, those codes to help us to open up, see ourselves for who we truly are. Because when we ourselves see who we truly are, we ripple out that frequency for other people. It affects other people as well. So they get to see themselves for who they truly are. It's not about the person who's speaking. It's about the fact that they can embody who they are. So then the person listening feels safe and they can see the possibilities. They can feel it. And so naturally they can open up as well. And that is the result, that they themselves get to open up. It's not about me. It's not about the speaker on the stage. It's not about anybody else but themselves, because they can begin to heal, right? When we're being real, when we're being true to ourselves and we're creating and we're expressing, we're being true to ourselves. And then the people listening, the people who are receiving these codes, they begin to be true to themselves as well. They get to open up. And all of this start with taking the first step. Some of you already know the first step that you need to take. If you don't know the step to take, then get out of your mind and bring your awareness into your heart. And just go into stillness and feel into your heart and ask the question, what do I need to do to move forward with my dream, with my goal? What is the first step? And just feel for what comes forward. Intuitively, we already know the first step, but what gets in the way is our fear, our doubt, and our beliefs about ourselves and our capability. If you have any uncomfortable feelings or emotions come up, I've said this before and I'll say it again because it literally changed the way that I express myself and allow myself to feel emotions and integrate everything, which is to feel the emotion and just observe it and allow it to flow. Because these emotions, such as anger or grief or shame or guilt, they don't want to be stuck in us either. Just like us, they are consciousness and they're looking to evolve and expand. And when we allow them to move through our body, their frequency changes, and you will notice that there will be this expansiveness and this lightness that floods over your body, and you won't feel as tight, as heavy, or as low as before. And then take that first step, because that's going to show you that it's going to be okay. And if you can imagine a year from now, if you continue to ask for the next step and facing your fears, showing yourself that it's okay, who do you think you're going to become? Who do you think you will be a year from now if you take that first step? Because the truth is, we don't have to, and we could just stay exactly where we are, but it's going to be really painful to move through life knowing that we're too afraid to do the things that we want to do. Because nobody wants to live a life where they feel limited, where they feel incapable. And so if you're watching this video, ask yourself, what part of myself am I not saying yes to? What creation do I want to express that I'm not? What do I feel called to create, but I'm not moving forward with? We all have an inner calling, something that sparks our soul. So what is it for you, and what can you do to move forward with a baby step today? It could be literally the tiniest step that you can take, but as long as you take that tiny step and you move forward, you're moving forward. You're overcoming your limitations. And so guys, it's literally already mid-year of 2025. The year is flying by so fast. I can't believe it's already mid-year. Time is only moving forward and is only getting faster. What do you want to create? What do you want to see in your life? What do you want to see in the world? Because whatever each of our soul feels called to do, feels called to create, it creates the whole. It's important to everybody in the world. And what you're here to bring to the world is important. It really does matter. And each of us have codes and keys to unlocking each other. And we contribute to the upliftment of frequency of the collective by embodying our true selves, by embodying our creations, by stepping into our true authenticity and stepping into our creative powers, knowing that we are capable of everything that we've ever dreamed of. And I'm not just saying that, it's literally true. We are the creators. We are the one that we've been looking for. And the power lies within each of us. And the beautiful thing is that this is a free will universe, and you have the choice. You have the choice to be who you want to be. You have the choice to be in love or to be in fear. You are literally your own creation. I'll say that again. You are literally your own creation. So if you know that, if you know that you are your own creation, what do you want to create? You create yourself. You create your life. Creation is our power. And my main message with this video is take the first step and remember that you matter and your dreams and your goals matter. And I will be coming back with the light language activations again. And I'm just really excited to see how everything is going to unfold. I'm just sending you guys so much love. And if you guys have any goals or dreams that you want to share and just kind of put it out into the universe, leave it in the comments below, because I would love to know and support you energetically with your dreams. Thank you for being here. I love you.